We are live, and although we are short one player today, we look to have a little more fun on the open ocean as we head north. The intrepid adventurers have just defeated a rather large and overly friendly squid that seemed rather intent on getting to know them far more personally than they had any desire to. So, let's see what our intrepid adventurers are going to do next. Players?
Well, we fished it out of the water. I cast Purify Food and Drink on it. Yeah,
And I cooked
us.
half of them.
Calamari.
How far out are we?
Well, you disembarked early in the morning, so you're a ways out.
Um, Me and Cal, while everyone's occupied, still occupied with cooking the squid creature, Miko's gonna sneak downstairs and he is gonna meditate to regain his psionic focus. And I'm just gonna take a 20 on that concentration check.
Alright.
So it'll be like just 20 minutes of meditating down.
Alright.
Is it a new day?
We will say that that happened about dinner time, so you guys can take a long rest in the interim. And it is the dawning of a new day.
Let's
Cool.
see if we encounter any more sea monsters out there. Maybe we'll
I'm,
get some more seafood.
I'm gonna go up to the crow's nest and do my fire ritual that I have to do.
Alright. They're glad you're at least up on the crow's nest because fire, boats. Think about it.
It
You're
doesn't really give a good description on if it's magical fire that doesn't burn anything.
well, you've got to figure. It's a boat. It's made of wood. It's covered in pitch. It's extremely flammable. What do you not want your boat to do?
Catch fire.
Float.
You catch fire because if you catch that boat on fire, you are screwed.
It is so cold out here.
I'll just do some rays of frost and freeze the water, and then we have floating ice things to get up on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually might be good. When he's done with a ritual, I'm gonna go up to the crow's nest and just look.
Okay. Are you looking for anything specific, or in any specific direction?
No. No, I'm just keeping watch.
I'm gonna keep a lookout for land. Do I see land?
At the moment, you do not.
It's supposed to be a long journey.
Mm-hmm. He did say that he traveled about a week north of Shakot. Of course, that was when it was all frozen over.
So how long should that be by boat?
Probably less than 4 days.
Oh, I'm gonna do some prestidigitation and mess with the birds that are up in the sky.
Somebody's bored. Okay.
Well, there's always birds following boats, so I know there's some.
Oh, seagulls. There's always seagulls.
The rats of the sea and air.
Yeah.
Yep.
want you all to make a perception check.
You mean spot?
Well, you're not actively looking for it, so it's more if you notice.
So that's a spot check.
Well, that's
If you're
what.
not looking for it, it's spot. If you're looking for it, it's search.
Well, there you go.
That's a spot. That's a spot, love.
Then roll spot. That's what I have OB for. He's my rules maven.
Sorry, I was still on mute in case the baby started making noise.
I got 9.
Yeah, at 9 you're not noticing much. Alright. So, and everybody
I need
else.
a minute.
So I'm assuming I couldn't have taken a 20 on this?
It's not something you're going to notice over a long term unless you're staring in just the right spot.
Okay.
Did we?
You
Is there
wanted
last
us all
player?
to roll, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Everybody.
I mean,
Is that our last player here?
He is not. So that's
holy jeez.
that's why he's getting a root canal today.
Well, I don't notice anything.
You're busy looking at the stars or at the sky going, "Ooh, pretty cloud."
Pretty cloud. That one looks like a
I'm
A
too busy
cloud.
playing with birds.
Yeah, that one looks like a giant ice cream cone.
food.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
I shoot some fireworks through the cloud he's pointing at.
All right. Michelle actually made his spot check. So you can. It's hard to see, but you can see it. There is a shape gliding under the water. It's just far enough down it's not breaking the surface. But it's coming closer to the boat.
What side of the boat is it on?
Starboard.
He's gonna call out, something approaching, starboard side.
All right.
I look that direction.
Yeah, I'm gonna look as well.
All right.
Make a search check over in that direction.
Yes, make a search check, folks. Now you're looking for it.
Huh.
Ooh, I rolled a 20.
All right.
Well, at least somebody saw something.
Yeah, and it's not something reassuring. That's a shark.
Ugh,
That's not a small shark either.
how big is the shark?
Megalodon size.
No, it's not a 70-foot long shark.
That would be horrible, and we would all die. It would eat the boat.
A megalodon would eat the boat. This one, however,
It doesn't
is
care about wood.
this one is not as big as that.
So we talking like maybe half the size, like 30 foot?
You're looking
Ooh,
at about
fish
a
sticks.
20, 25 foot, somewhere right in there.
Ah, okay. So more like a low end great white shark.
Yeah.
Hey guys, look, it's fish sticks.
It's not fish sticks yet, it's still moving. Let's fix that.
Alright, initiative?
That would
Or is it
probably
not
be.
close enough.
Well, it's. If you have a bow or a long distance weapon, you could shoot at it.
Yep.
But other than that, the rest of you are kind of like, yeah, no, I ain't hopping in there with it.
Haha!
Is within 8
Time to
feet?
shock the water again.
That's Ideal.
Super effective last time.
I got magic missiles.
Hey, magic missile's an effective one. It's a distance weapon.
Yeah, how far away is it?
It's probably still a good 60 feet away, but it is approaching. And
Yeah.
you hear something splash from the back of the boat, close to the starboard edge. And those of you paying attention and watching it now can see it speed up.
We might have another problem. I want to see what the splashing sound is. It would probably at least take my movement to get. Oh, and I have 40 feet movement. How
You can
far?
move freely around the boat.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go try to look and see what the splashing sound was.
The cook had just dumped a bowl of offal over the rail.
Ah, chum.
Perhaps he did not trying to kill us. Maybe I should look into that. I am going to. I'm going to have my light crossbow at the ready to attack.
Alright.
And I'm gonna wait.
I'm going to be preparing more lightning room.
I'm
Oh
gonna
god,
cast
this
magic
song and
missile.
dance again.
Useless to level 2 in ranged combat. Yay.
I'm gonna cast magic missile.
Alright.
You see a shark, loads RPG.
It's coming faster, and it definitely seems interested in whatever the cook just dumped off the edge. Alright, so if you have cast Magic Missile, it's a shark. It doesn't have any innate magical resistance. So,
Seeing that, I would release my bolt.
Have 5 damage.
alright.
Yeah, good damage. And I would reload. So after getting hit with that volley, is it still alive?
Yes, and it does not look happy. It ducks under, and then y'all feel something bump the edge of the boat because the boat rocks sideways.
There's more.
Would we Would we need to roll for initiative?
Yes, at this point, initiative.
The 15 for initiative. It's pretty okay.
Alright. So,
I rolled 20.
somebody did really good.
20 plus. So 21.
And that would be for Hemin.
Demu.
Michelle? Greg, turn your mic on.
Give me a second, I'm rolling.
Okay.
This is kind of upsetting.
Hmm?
I rolled two natural 20s on a search and a initiative.
Are you worried you won't get any later?
Hey, don't jinx it.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, that's exactly what I didn't want.
Why is mine still saying 19.2?
Probably because I haven't
I don't even know.
updated.
How do you even get a point two?
What gave you that plus two? That plus 0.2?
You never know. Oh, I know. I think I know what it was. I had three of you last time with the same initiative, and I assigned you like point one, point two, point three to keep you in order.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was just like 0.02 better at something.
No, I think I just assigned you have a higher deck, so you're point one. You have a keep you in order.
Like, like it's so small of a difference that it doesn't matter, but you still have to put it there because it's a number.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of those weird things about it. So, okay, so bear with me a minute. Okay. And we're going to take Nezumi off this for now because he's not here. So, Diumu, you're up. Of course, right now nobody can see the actual shark because it's under the boat.
All right, I'm gonna search for it.
Alright, search check.
17.
Okay. You are fairly sure it's under the middle of the boat, and you think it might be lining up for another run to bump the boat again. See if it can knock anybody off. Since we have a chef or cook who's dumb enough to be dumping the offal over the rail.
Like, man, I
I
get what you
shout-
were doing, but there's a
I,
shark.
sh- I shout out that it's under the boat.
Alright. You can hold other actions other than your search until it surfaces.
Yeah, and I'll ready another magic missile.
Alright. Next up would
That'll be my turn.
Yep, next up will be Michelle.
I am going to. I am going to. Okay, buddy. Give Daddy a second. Move action, summon Mind Blade, and then I am going to prepare an action. Prepare an action to stab anything that comes out of the water.
Alright. Chet. You're next.
I am going to cast Magic Weapon on my crossbow.
right. Okay, this shark is not having a good day. It goes to try and snag a sailor who was hanging over the edge of the boat and takes a great big chomp on the rail and gets its teeth stuck. So you have a 20-foot shark
We can
making
reach
the.
it.
Yes, you can reach it. It rolled a
Close
natural.
enough.
It rolled a natural 1 to attack the sailor and just got its teeth stuck in the rail at the moment.
Alright, so I can
I have an
take my
action
ready to...
to attack.
Yes.
Oh, I can take
Is
my
it
ready
really-
action now, right?
Yes, you can. It is currently stuck and making the boat kind of list towards starboard.
Well, he readied his action first, so he can go first.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'm gonna hit with my magic missile here.
Four. Seven. All right.
5 force damage.
All right. And then Michelle's ready to action.
Second.
The sailor, who just so happened to be leaning over the rail to do something, has, by the way, screamed and scrambled backward because very large shark and really bad breath.
Okay. We're done with some security codes.
I'm just waiting to see what Michelle gets, and then it will be Hemin's turn. Michelle goes stabbity stabbity.
I'm just gonna expel my psionic focus. Do it
Okay.
right away, as soon as I can get to it.
Okay. Well, you did hit.
So that's a total of 13.
All right. It is still alive. It's really not looking happy. And it is Hemin's turn. Yow, is somebody's windows loud.
Alright. I'm going to. Is it still in the same position it once was?
Right now it's hanging off the rail because it tried to take a bite out of a sailor and it got its teeth stuck.
I'm going to place a lightning rune right under it.
Okay.
$17 to hit.
Ah, Trickster has arrived.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay. Well, then we can add you next round of combat. You'll have to roll initiative. You were asleep apparently, or something.
Then my alarm clock didn't go off. I had it set for 11:45.
No, in character, you were asleep or something.
Okay.
Which is apparently true in real life.
17 to hit.
All right.
Oh, why'd my shit turn on?
And what is your damage?
That would be 6.
Nice.
Maximum damage for the first time.
Like I said, nice.
This shark is having a bad day.
That's an understatement. All right. Alban, go ahead and roll initiative because it's top of the round.
20 plus 4. 13 plus 4.
So you
So
got a
17.
17 initiative, all right? Which means you will go after Michelle but before Shet. So, do you move?
How far am I from it?
You could get over there in touch range if you really wanted to. As I said, I'm permitting you all to move freely around the boat. It's a fairly large vessel.
Alright. I'm gonna get close enough where my ray of frost can try to hit it.
All right.
$17 plus. So 18 to its touch AC.
All right.
It's a hit.
It does hit. However, I'm going to mention something. It's swimming in the Arctic Ocean.
Oh, I ain't got much else. I'm all out of the first level stuff. I'm down to my 0 levels.
Okay. Just making sure you're aware of that. It is a new day. So,
3 cold damage.
all right.
I know I only get 2 at first level. I only get 2 first level spells.
All right. Michelle?
Still in the stuck.
It hasn't got to its turn yet, so it can't try and free itself from where it bit the rail.
Over 70. Poke, poke, poke.
Rolled ahead.
Alright. I forgot my numbers wrong last time. I should have a low hit and a higher. But
By the way, those of you who are close enough to it to cast touch range spells, or pretty darn close to, are getting splashed and soaked.
This is sad times.
Yeah, really good day to be out in the cold wet, huh? I
You
think
better have blankets on this ship.
they do. I think somebody missed.
yep. Bad badly.
It's because the ship's listing to starboard. Albin?
See what we're fighting?
It's a large shark, and it happened to bite the rail last round and got stuck.
Is it connected to the rail at the moment?
Yeah,
Or is
it's
it
flopping
swimming
and flailing, but it's trying to get itself loose from the rail, and it hasn't reached its turn yet. So right now it's still attached to the rail of the ship and flopping like, of course, a fish.
We'll try to shoot it with my bow gun.
Alright, for 5 damage, huh?
That's what it says.
Alright. And then it is Shut's turn.
I am going to attack it with my light crossbow.
Alright. Steak on a stick. Alright.
And I'm going to reload as a movement action.
Alright. Shark's turn. Well, it does manage to free itself from the rail. So, you actually see it take a small chunk of the rail with it as it drops back into the water with a colossal splash. Those of you who are close are now thoroughly soaked in the nice icy cold brine. And
Well then,
one of the crew exhibits clear as day to the rest of you that he is not the sharpest tool in the shed, as he leans over the rail and gets a dose of shark breath without managing to get bit. The shark jumped for him when he leaned over the rail.
why, friend? Why would you do that?
I did say he exhibited the fact that he is not the sharpest tool in the shed.
I feel sympathy for him.
And that is Hemin's turn now.
So we're still fighting the thing.
Yep, it's trying to eat your crew, come on.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna run over, and I'm gonna cast a lightning spell from when it landed in the water. Its
Alright,
position. See if I hit this thing.
alright.
14.
Unfortunately, it has a 15 AC.
Ah, dang it. Well, that's my
However,
turn.
was that an electricity rune?
Yes.
Okay. In electricity and water, it's as good as a hand grenade. Because that close, it's almost there. Electricity is conductive, especially in salt water.
Yeah. Yeah, the sharky's getting fried tonight.
Roll your damage.
2.
It is looking very sad.
I feel bad for this thing now.
I mean,
feel
it's
like
sort
we
of
should just let it
jerking
run.
and twitching a little as it's trying to swirl around. Do you move?
But then again, I haven't had shark fin soup in a while.
In mending. I clicked Daze. Okay, I'm gonna cast Daze, but it says mending.
You cast mending on the shark. It gets healed.
That's not what I wanted to do. I clicked Daze. I clicked the button for Daze. It
Ever
shows
heard of
mending.
wild magic, bucko?
It is wild, I guess.
Just whisper in the shark's ear, run away and never
Alright.
Is it
He
Scar?
jumps
Okay.
in to whisper that.
It says it has no effect anyway. So I cast Daze, not realizing that it only works on humanoids. There you go.
Alright. Well, then it is Michelle's turn. It is in the water at this point, so unless you dive in, you can't stabbity.
Assassin's Creed the shark.
I mean, I did do that to the squid. It is looking fairly hurt, right?
It's looking really beat up.
I could probably. Alright.
You just hear the eagle cry from Assassin's Creed. Then this man jumps off the side of the boat.
Damn right you do. Hold on, need a jump check real quick. Uh,
Oh, you aced that one. Now roll to hit.
that was not. Yeah, that was a not 20.
Like I said, you aced that one. Okay.
Again!
So you let out a terrifying war cry and leap off the boat to land sitting astride the shark, just in front of the dorsal fin. And manage to fumble your sword so that you're busy trying to catch it instead of stabbing the shark.
The sword is my brain! How does that work?
You don't know, you just know you're fumbling for the hilt for a minute.
There's a literal piece of me.
You don't know, but now you're sitting astride a shark in the Arctic Ocean.
Animal handling check.
If you want.
I don't.
And the rest of you are watching Michelle like, oh my god, what is he doing?
Oh, God.
No, I'm cheering this man on. I don't know what you're saying. You can do it.
Reevaluating your opinions as a friend.
I'm just wondering what next characters are gonna get here.
He's gonna try to tame the shark.
If I can ever get my phone to unlock.
Do you want me to roll for you, dear?
Yeah, well, I need to find out what. I think it would just be my wisdom because I don't think I have rank. But I can't check that right now. Oh, wait.
It's based off your charisma. It does not say you have any particular skill.
Alright, I don't have any lines from it.
Friend only.
Okay, no, I can't do it then.
Okay.
I cannot charm the shark.
can't make it obey you.
Unless you want to let me... I have full PowerPoints. Unless you want to use one of your finagle use to add the skills.
You
Let
could
me
try it.
spend one. Alright, would that be one or both PowerPoints?
Since it's something you have no training in, probably both.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just going to try and psychically connect with this shark.
Alright. So,
Alright.
you fumble with the handle.
Should I use charisma or my psionic stat?
Mm,
Which is
go for charisma.
in? That is the lesser.
But you rolled really well. So you fumbled with the hilt, and then you slap both hands over either side just above the
Oh, God.
eyes. And your eyes and its eyes glow matching color, and it just sort of smooths into a straightforward motion. Wherever you point its head, it's gonna go.
Damn. Do I get any idea of how long I think this is gonna last?
You're not sure. The rest of you are now watching him ride a shark. It's a beat up shark, bleeding and looking a little crispy around the edges because it's really low on health.
Ram it into an iceberg.
Hopefully its blood doesn't attract anything bigger, because I'm running low on spells.
Alright, well, someone throw me a life preserver, and I'll just tell it to go far, far away.
I don't think it understands common.
It doesn't have to.
Are we leaving turn order here?
Well, next would be Alban if turn, but if you guys want to stop attacking it since he's got it tamed for the moment, you can.
Alright.
We're gonna continue. I
Wait,
have no
wait,
idea what
we
this
just,
is.
we keep it.
We get some rope and tie it around there.
Just tie it onto one of the things on the ship. We got a pet shark.
Like a leash? I don't know how long this effect is going to last. I've never tried to connect my mind to a shark before.
Well, if it tries to attack us again, we can kill it and eat it. It's a win-win.
Alright, well, I still want to get back in the boat.
Alright, I toss a rope over the edge of the boat for him to catch up.
I'm gonna pull myself up.
No, tie the shark first.
Oh, okay, fine. I tie the shark up, so we now have a leash shark.
I'm gonna shoot the shark.
You're gonna shoot the shark now? Wait until he gets up on the boat then.
That one kills party member.
Yeah, once it's tied, I shoot.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
that's a critical. Wait, no, it's not.
that's okay. It had 2 hit points left.
Yeah, it's dead.
You now have shark steaks and shark fin soup if you want it.
We're dragging.
Yeah.
Hey, we could keep the shark in the water and drag it along with us, and you think about it, it's ice cold water. It's gonna keep it fresh.
I don't think that
It's
is wise.
deeply concerning, but I understand your logic.
And I also understand it's gonna attract more things to come and get it. I understand that too.
We just have an infinite supply of food at this point. As long as we don't
have
Cthulhu.
shark and squid soup.
Yeah, you've had calamari and now you've got shark. You're just eating
Combine
like
it together.
kings.
Please, God, throw us like a giant crab. Maybe a
We don't
lobster.
have any butter.
Seafood
I look
platter.
around. Is there any ice in the water?
There are small chunks.
So there's enough ice. Is there enough ice where we could take the shark and pack it in ice to keep it fresh?
You'd have to hack the ice chunks apart into manageable sizes, but yes.
Yeah, we can blast them apart.
Whatever you want to do, you'd still have to reduce them to smaller than you.
What do you guys think?
I mean, there's also okay.
I may be able to help with breaking pieces off of ice if that is something that is going to be done. But the shark is already dead. Perhaps we should bring it onto the boat.
Yeah, well, it's already tied up. We just pulled the rope up. It's gonna take a couple guys. I mean, shark is pretty big.
More than a couple.
Who's in a tornado?
Sounds like a klaxon.
Yes, somebody has a klaxon in their background.
Yeah, it was my girlfriend's alarm. We're trying to disconnect the headset. This laptop has a microphone too.
All right, so I start to try to collect some ice while they get this thing up onto the boat.
Well, the boat crew is willing to help you pull the now deceased shark up onto the boat. And they'll suspend it even from one of the spars so that they can get it out. And of course, they'll wash all the blood and gore while they gut it out off the deck and into the ocean.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Purify Food and Drink on it.
Alright.
And would I be able to use stone carving at a penalty to attempt to break off chunks of the ice?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Okay.
This shark is actually 25 feet long, so it's roughly as long as 4 men.
Okay. Whatever. What type of penalty?
I would say at about a -2.
So 15.
It's not a severe penalty because it's another non-living object. It's just not stone.
Stone Lake.
Yeah, so 15.
It's just that you're trying to carve it on open ocean.
Hey, this is cool. I mean, we got shark and we got calamari. We could pack them both in some ice. And if there's any left over where we can go, we could see if we could sell it.
You're headed the opposite direction of civilization.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well.
into a very icy region.
well, I hope somebody has some salt in there. We have some salty fish for where we're going.
Should be on any boat. Because we do need to worry about the return trip too. I'm improved for that.
There is salt available. They can drop it in the salt barrel. Chunks of it, anyway.
Above a large reservoir of salt water, we could just dry it.
Oh yeah.
Make shark
Evaporated
jerky.
The water out of the.
Shark jerky. So, when you get it out, if anybody's curious to see what it's eaten recently, You have the opportunity, if you are so inclined, to open its stomach and check what it ate recently, or just let it wash over the edge.
Oh, we could check everything out.
Sure, why not?
Sharks don't have
Um,
stomachs.
They do.
Nature?
They have one huge intestine.
So just roll a search check.
Mm,
Alright, Shet's not having good luck with that. Anybody else gonna check?
I'll search.
No.
Oh, that's not too
Shet, while you're looking for its stomach, you find its womb, and you find 2.5 baby sharks in there.
ooh.
No.
Clearly, they were cannibalizing.
bad. Oh,
Fairly
well.
normal.
It looks like we have.
Are they
just,
still alive?
Well, you just killed Mom, so the two intact ones are flopping when you cut them out. Obviously, the half one is not going to flop. But they're only about, 2.5 feet long. One good whack on the head will
Somebody
knock them
get
out.
a salt water before I start crying. We are keeping these ones.
Baby train sharks.
A barrel
Do you
might
know
work
how
better.
Cool that would be? We are also not killing children.
A barrel might work better than a bucket.
You just throw them overboard.
No.
In,
They've been electrocuted already.
I'm gonna go get a. Try to find if I can see if I can find a barrel. And we're gonna throw it down into the water.
Basically, scoop a bunch of water out of the ocean to drop them into.
Yeah.
Okay, you can do that, no trouble. After all, it's not like you can't find the ocean, and there's plenty of barrels on the ship. So now you have 2 shark pups swimming in a barrel. And a butchered out
Yeah.
shark.
Then let's drink the mead. There's no empty barrels. Let's drink the mead.
Yeah.
I am not going to let the entire crew chug a barrel of mead. This is not a good idea.
Not about being a good idea.
Just the 5 of us
Sounds
then.
like a great idea to me. I'm sorry.
Just the
Oh,
5
God.
of us then, not the whole crew.
I'm gonna watch the children. You guys can get drunk.
Do I feel anything? Like any sort of connection with these children, or was it just with the mommy?
You actually feel a very strong connection to one of them. It's actually the bigger of the two. And if you go near the barrel, it will gently bump on the barrel closest to you.
Psionic shark.
I'm gonna roll
Okay.
Gag shark. Do 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 do.
Nope. Nope.
Anybody else want to roll? Just out of curiosity.
I have proficiency in nature. I could roll.
Could I have taken a 20 on that?
Yeah, you've got time,
Okay.
and you definitely don't have them.
Be nice to the cat. Sorry.
I'm gonna take a 20.
All right.
My nature's terrible.
Well, you study these shark pups, and their mama, who is currently being turned into fillets and shark fin soup. And you realize these are great whites. Some of the most feared sharks there are. The only two scarier ones are bull sharks and tiger sharks.
Tiger sharks.
Hmm.
Those things are so tiny.
But they eat everything.
I'm gonna pull out the, or somebody take the half shark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, unless you said you wanted to save it, they would have washed it over the edge with the rest of the chum.
Fair enough. I'm assuming these are premature.
Close enough, they'll be okay. But a little premature, yes. This particular species of sharks has live birth.
I don't have handle animal, so can't really tame them.
I'm a psychic. Okay, buddy.
Does anyone have handle animal?
I have a psychic connection to one of them.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, the larger of the two baby sharks. Every time Michelle gets near it, it's gently bumping the barrel like, hey, 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 hey.
I have some ranks in. Well, no, I don't. I just have a high crisp.
Just make sure you pet the shark the correct way or your hand will start bleeding.
Yeah, and with two sharks in the barrel.
In front of the barrel.
Their skin may look smooth, but it is not if you pet it the incorrect way.
He found that out. He sat on mom.
I'm gonna put the concentration check.
Hang on a second. I can't hear you over somebody's background.
I can't hear anything.
Do you live near a train station?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Nope.
I
I
do.
want to do a concentration check.
Alright.
So, I already used a couple more points.
You can concentrate. The psychic link is established.
Alright, hold on 1 second. I have both a toddler and a cat in my lap, so this is a little difficult.
He has a very full lap right now.
Be nice.
Okay. concentrating on your link to the shark, you can tell it's hungry.
Hungry. Feed it some of the mama.
Not being
Okay, we could feed it some calamari.
yeah, I'll feed it some squid.
Alright.
Throw some squid in there.
Are you hand feeding it or just dropping it in the barrel?
Well, only one am I connected to. I'm pretty quick reflex wise. I'll try hand feeding. Cautiously.
Well, it's not a huge shark, so it's not like it's going to take your hand off.
Yeah, so I'll try cautiously hand feeding.
It doesn't actually go for your fingers, it goes for the calamari.
Excellent.
But it bumps along your hand, sort of like everybody's familiar how a cat will self-pet. Your shark is self-petting on you. You discover it has really sandpapery rough skin. Petting sharks is
Ew.
not fun. Clearly, it likes him.
I want a shark pet. That's so awesome.
Like,
Well, go ahead.
you talking to me?
Whoever was.
Whoever it was.
Hmm.
I was about to say something, but I lost my train of thought. We can keep going.
Train derailment? There are two sharks.
I can't
Oh.
have a shark pet. I'd end up cooking it.
Do not touch the baby.
Fire.
I'm gonna no. I'm running over to the small shark. I want to look at him.
Well, it's in the barrel with the slightly bigger one. They're both doing barrel donuts. In opposite directions.
It'd probably be screwed up to give him a piece of his own mother.
That's why Michelle
They
was
are
feeding them
cannibals, though.
calamari. Yes, they are.
Oh yeah, we still have pieces of calamari. I want to give the small boy a piece of calamari.
Okay.
How you know it's a boy?
I just
He's just going on a wild guess. It's a wag.
Oh, okay.
it is a baby shark. I don't need its gender.
It's relatively little
You're
and
gonna
cute.
give that shark an identity crisis.
Mm.
Okay, I give the tinier shark a piece of calamari.
One of the crew asks if you'd like a second barrel so that you can split them up and they don't try and eat each other if they get hungry later.
I would say yes. That's a good idea. I'll keep him with me.
Alright. So y'all are gonna wind up with 2 shark barrels in your room. The crew isn't quite sure what to make of this. They're keeping sharks in their room. Orin stays
As long
out
as
of
you
it.
don't try to poke them, you won't get your finger bitten off. So calm down.
Now,
I also don't want the pyromancer getting anywhere near them. He's banned.
Boil that water. Boiling water.
you also now have a set of shark jaws and a number of
Oh
teeth.
yeah. We could probably well, if we do return back to the city, we could sell all the stuff we've been getting for quite a pretty penny, I think.
Anybody need some arrowheads?
I do not.
And they have plenty, apparently.
I'm just saying, shark teeth are great.
They make beautiful jewelry. They're also worth money.
Capitalism.
Did
Well,
you say pyromancy?
what?
Fire.
I said capitalism.
Oh, I
How
thought
did
you
you
said
mistake capitalism for pyromancy?
Hello?
I'm still here.
Oh no, everything just got quiet on my end.
Alright, you have one set of great white jaws, 42 loose shark teeth, and 2 baby great white sharks.
Man, this has been an adventure.
Things are getting interesting.
Indeed.
Now, for those of you who are magic users and who do not automatically get a familiar,
Hello there.
Hi. My class doesn't have familiars. We burn them. Things happen.
Oh, no, I'm gonna get them later. Yeah. Last aside.
I don't know how this is gonna work when we leave the ocean, but
I think I
Make
need a
'em
salmon,
land
so I
sharks.
can't burn it.
We
Need
just
a
need a very
salmon.
powerful transmutation wizard.
Change them into land sharks.
Oh, that's one of the things I can't cast. Sorry.
hmm?
I am Aquaman now.
I can't cast necromancy or transmutation. Just
Nice permanent polymorph for it.
Oh, yeah. Permanency is fun.
Shark life
Turn the
with that.
shark into a land shark.
Oh god, that would be terrifying. Shark with legs.
Just imagine riding said land shark. Soda, what is in your background?
My air conditioner.
It's loud. So, now you have 2 baby sharks. And a small
saying
hole in the
something
rail.
I better hide them good. I might boil that water.
One of them is psychically linked to Michelle. The other one is not. So if somebody who does not normally get a familiar wishes to attempt to try and bond with the remaining shark, because clearly they are bondable in some way, I will give you the opportunity to try and bond with said shark.
I would like to try.
Okay?
Yeah, that's
What
better
role
for
would
me.
that be?
That would be spellcraft and probably at least 2 concentration checks, because basically what you're going to have to do is basically set yourself up a ritual.
Okay.
So you in the barrel in a ritual, it'll take you at least half an hour of just trying to connect and concentrate, which is why you're doing a spell check also.
Okay, so spellcraft.
Mm-hmm. and at least 2 concentration checks.
And what's concentration in this edition again?
The
Con.
skill.
It's
Yeah,
based off
con.
your con.
Oh, ha!
For creatures with
It,
con.
it's actually a skill on the character sheet. Okay, I see it now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first I'll roll the spellcraft. $23.
All right.
Oh no, I can't burn this one.
Okay, now I need concentration checks.
Yes.
Oh, still got one more. Alright, in total, I got a 23, a 5, and a 17.
All right. Well, you have established a connection to it. You'll have to spend time with it to maintain that connection, but the more time you spend, the stronger it's going to be. Now, roll me a d20 plus 2.
Okay. Got a 10.
Okay. So it doesn't pop into your head right now, but there's a niggling, nagging little thing chewing at the back of your brain. You can't track it down yet, though.
I need to go to a doctor. I think I have a parasite.
And that shark's gonna eat your brain without even being in your brain.
Ah,
Hmm.
Do you need my help? I got fire.
no. We're not burning the children. We made them orphans. We have to use morals, god dang it.
I don't know what those are.
That's not a good thing. We need to talk. Okay.
I just know fire.
Okay. Well, unless there's anything else we gotta do, I think we can continue.
Well, y'all are gonna have to roll another spot check.
Oh, Lord.
I'm concentrating on my fire, so I don't know about this spot. Let's see.
We have time for another combat?
Dumu is oblivious.
I'm paying too much attention to my fire. It is fire.
Michelle?
Just a second. I'm working on it.
And Soda. Soda got it. So, let's... So, Hemin, roll your spot. Michelle made it.
I got a 16.
You'll see something coming up on that starboard side, close to where they were butchering out the mama shark. Clearly, something has been attracted by
nothing.
all the fresh blood in the water. Yeah. Diumu's busy lighting his fingers on fire and extinguishing them repeatedly.
How long ago was the start of the previous combat?
Your crossbow would probably still be magicked.
Okay. I want to go and look, see what it is.
You're gonna take an eyeball,
Yeah.
so to speak. All right. You lean over the rail to take an eyeball, and you see a great big eyeball looking back at you.
Is it attached to anything?
Yeah, it's another freaking squid.
What is it doing?
Give me a second.
Did anybody tell me about what this thing is? Or am I still sitting here playing with fire on my fingers?
Okay, so you lean over the rail. You see this eyeball staring back at you, and a tentacle comes up and it whiffs by your face like it's trying to grab you. And you see there are very sharp claws in those suckers on that tentacle as it falls back into the sea.
Oh,
And then
God.
a second
More
tentacle
calamari.
wraps around the edge of the rail.
What size is it?
It's big.
Is it bigger than the last one we saw?
Yes.
Does it move the boat?
When it starts pulling itself up along the side, yes. The whole boat is listing.
So I look over. Okay, so I look over.
We
Do I see it now?
problem.
You see tentacles wrapping around the rails.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot
Okay.
at it.
Alright. And after that, y'all can all roll initiative.
Its AC.
It was a sort of gray color. It changes color when it misses you to a bright yellowy lime color.
It's an okay initiative.
Okay.
I got 18.
Alright. Albert,
Mine's a 23.
your initiative?
Yeah, I rolled technically 23.
And Michelle is evidently very distracted because he got a 5. Right?
Yep.
Alright.
Blue?
I'm here.
Whose turn is it?
Well, I'm rolling the squid's
Oh,
initiative.
mine.
It's
Oh,
going to start with Albin.
Okay.
So you said there's a tentacle?
There's a couple tentacles wrapped around, and Shet just tried to shoot it in the eye, which I need a two-hit roll from Shet because, of course, it tried to grab him.
Roll, do you not see it?
I saw the dex check.
It's above that.
Ah, there we are. 11 damage. Alright.
Attack tentacle, one of my blades. I missed.
Alright. And then it will be between Heeman and Shet. Which one of you has a higher dex?
I have a 17.
What's your plus? What's your bonus?
Plus 3.
I also have a +3.
What's your dex score?
Oh, right, that's how we do it in this one.
Mhm.
Sorry, thinking about 5th edition.
Mm-hmm.
Dex score is 16. So
Okay.
he wins.
Right. So his dex is going to be 19.1. Her initiative score. That way he goes first. Okay? Now you know where you get the 19.1s.
Yeah, my 19.2.
They sound like radio stations.
Could be worse. So, Shet, your turn. You shot it once, it really didn't like it. And then Albin stabbed it.
I actually hit.
I gave you that hit because it's hard to miss something wrapped around the rail.
No comment.
Hey, if you roll a natural one, you're going to miss anyway.
I'm gonna disengage and walk away.
Okay. Well,
Be it for my turn.
then it will be Heeman's turn.
Okay, I'm going to go over and fire a lightning rune at the water around the creature.
Okay. Roll to hit.
$16.
And you hit because essentially you are hitting the water, which is touching it.
Lightning and water go great together, if you're me.
Roll damage.
Let's see how much I get here. 3.
All right. Do you move? There's a
I
great
shout
big
out.
calamari coming up over the rail.
I shout out to the crew to drop the sails. Let's get moving. And I will cast flare, which I think only requires a save from him. Oh, why is my not? It's not loading. There it goes. Come on.
What kind of save does it
All right.
require?
I'm trying to look. It's just taking a while to load.
Okay.
He needs a fort save.
A fort save. Okay. Yeah, it saves just fine.
Dang it. Well, I hope that the crew is dropping sails, because I am one cantrip away from being out of spells.
They are working on getting the ship underway. Michelle? It has ridiculously good fort saves, as you probably just guessed. You can all hear the of something very hard clacking together. Do you want me to roll for you, dear?
Sorry. Things are not voting well.
Well, that's okay. There you go.
Did I hit it?
Well, were you trying to directly attack it, or were you trying to do
I'm
something?
hacking at them tentacles.
The ones on the rail?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're hacking at the ones wrapped around the rail, they can't exactly dodge. So they are restricted to their touch. AC at 11. So you hit. Roll your damage, or tell me what you need me to roll for damage.
1d6 plus 3.
You got max damage.
Nice.
All right. It's turn. And everybody cringes. All right. That's not supposed to be as Michelle, but that's okay. You see a tentacle come up over the rail and wrap around one of the crewmen. And he lets out a blood curdling scream. Back to the top of the round. Alben.
Smash it again.
It looks like your calamari is trying to eat one of your ship's crew.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for that.
Hey, we're
tentacle, try
supposed to be
splash it.
eating it. Can't do that.
Okay, AC 16 does not quite hit if it's a mobile tentacle. So,
Very dexterous.
so you slash at it, and you get a handful of slime for your trouble because you shaved the slime off the tentacle.
Ew.
Ew, slime. Shit.
I am going to attack with my light crossbow at it.
All right. Since it's trying to eat your crewmen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. No, it does not.
Well, I'm going to reload.
All right.
Turn.
Heemin.
Yes.
Your turn.
I am going to attempt to hit the spot in the water with a lightning room once again.
Okay. Roll to hit. Water's a big target.
This is why the lightning rune is what I'm going with instead of anything else.
Yeah.
Ah, 12.
You shock it, but not enough to do any actual damage. It just sort of goes jerks around a little, shaking the poor crewman like ah.
Well, that was my last spell. Don't kill me, please.
Do you move?
You know, I just realized something.
Mm.
I'm sitting here looking at my character,
Mhm.
and I actually checked it against my character class.
Mhm.
I never run out of cantrips.
Well, there you go then. You can cantrip.
I don't expend spell slots for
Cantrips.
cantrips.
Yeah, cantrips are infinite. That's why you can mend everything in your party as long as you don't try and do too much at one time.
They don't do much.
Hey, death by 1,000 paper cuts is still death.
I'm gonna use acid splash.
All right. Touch AC is 11.
Uh, 19, so that should hit for 1d3 damage. That's a dice they don't have on here.
Just roll 1d3.
I know I have to type it out now. I normally just click something and boom. For 1 damage.
Alright.
1 acid damage.
Michelle? You go bzz. Burn a sucker off it. Hey, you've got a cooked sucker.
Yeah, I'm just gonna need you to,
Stay stabbity stabbity.
yeah. I don't need you to roll for me.
Alright. Let's see. Okay, well that is 1d20 plus 4, correct?
Yes.
You roll a natural 20. That is a critical. That is a critical.
Okay, so that's 1d6 plus 3 times 2.
Now let's see if... And you roll max damage. Again.
Word.
Looking at this. So. Next we go to the squid. So. Okay, the poor hapless guy in its tentacles is yanked to and through the rails, so you hear a nice sickening crunch from his person. It disappears over the rail out of your sight, where you hear another kind of sickening crunch noise. And a blood curdling scream. Albin, you're up.
Alrighty. Try to hit a tentacle or something. If I can hit the right button first.
Alright, you got a critical hit. Nice. Alright, Shet.
Well, I'm going to attempt to shoot it again.
Alright. You've got that one tentacle pretty well pincushioned to the rail now.
Okay.
Because the ones wrapped around the railing aren't dexterous right now. So they can't dodge. That's the nice part. Alright, Himin.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at something.
You're up.
I don't have any more spells, and I don't believe I have any melee weapons. So unless I'm gonna go punch, I believe I'm just gonna have to skip my turn.
Let's take a look here.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip my turn. I'm not the best at melee. I believe I just, like, do something wrong.
Your butler throws a shoe at it.
That works.
Doesn't do any damage, but he threw a shoe at it. Alright, do you move?
Acid splash again.
Alright. It is looking a little battered at this point. Just for reference.
I don't hit it.
Nope, not with that roll, unfortunately. You acid splash, and there was a seagull in the way. Dang it. Now it's got a hole in its tail feathers. Michelle. Michelle. Are you doing the stabbity stabbity again?
Yes.
Alright.
More stabbity. Poke, poke, poke.
Michelle goes stabbity stabbity and again stabs the rail where the tentacle is holding it onto the rail. So I need damage. That's 1d20 plus 6, or no, d6 plus 3, right?
Yes.
Alright. Nice. Its turn. It's not quite dead yet. Alright. Another long tentacle comes up over the edge and wraps around another crewman. He lets out a blood-curdling, terrified scream. Ah! And it's back to Alban. You're still hearing crunching and slurping sounds from over this edge of the boat too.
I'm gonna put my dagger away and shoot with my bow.
Okay. All right.
Hey.
Hey.
Huh. Why?
All right. Shet.
Fun.
Indeed.
Alright, and I reload.
It is looking very beat up. Say hi.
Hello.
He can't hear you, but he can be heard because he's right by the mic. He wanted to come up and say hi. He says, poke, poke, poke. So evidently you're supposed to poke, poke, poke. Hemin, what are you going to do? There are improvised weapons.
I'm guessing there's some broken off wood somewhere on the ship, right?
Well, there's also, cannons, so you can pick up a cannonball and just throw it at it.
Or I could try to light the cannon.
Yeah.
How many turns would it take me to light the cannon and fire it at the squid?
You need to load it, which would take one, and then the next one you could fire.
Okay,
You know how
I'll...
to use a cannon.
I do not, but you know what? I think it's easy enough. You put the ball in the hole, and then you'll light the match. I'm gonna take my first turn to load a cannon.
Okay. Do you move?
Splash. Boom. I don't hit it again.
That poor seagull's looking really ratty. Michelle, do you want me to roll for you? I'm guessing that's a yes since you're on mute, dear.
I don't know if I can hear you.
He's downstairs. I said, I heard a yeah.
Well, I was muted. Yeah. It's getting late, love. I need to get to bed.
I know, we're gonna wrap it up after this combat. You almost got it dead. One of y'all just needs to hit the darn thing.
Just roll for me, please.
You hit.
Okay. 1d6 plus 3.
And you have slain the squid. It ticks you off, you go, ah! And stab it in the eyeball.
Oh, wait. I need to get ready for bed.
That's fine.
Fill me in on anything else.
You have saved the poor crewman's life. It hadn't dragged him over the rail yet and started chomping on him the way it did his compatriot. Y'all discover about half the other crewmen still in its tentacle. It was a hungry squid. Apologies for the
Tentacle be
sneezes. Hmm?
how long would one of its tentacles be? Fully extended.
Fully extended. Let's say 30 feet.
Wow. Wow. That's long.
You are dealing with an Architeuthis.
Is that a normal or supernatural?
Architeuthis dew is actually a specific species of giant squid.
Mmm.
They weren't thought to exist until the late 1990s, actually,
Interesting.
because they are absolutely enormous.
And I'm assuming this one's small for.
For an Architeuthis.
Alright. We are, yes, getting a large amount of meat. Meat.
They are deep sea squids.
Hmm. I'm assuming it's gonna be butchered.
I would presume so, since you have two sharklings to keep fed now.
Right. I wanna look through the organs, see what's there.
Okay,
Be
well,
a search check,
Looks
right?
like we're having calamari again, huh?
yep.
We already have plenty of calamari.
Well, now we have more.
You can have calamari and noodles.
16 for search, that's not bad.
We can have
Alright.
calamari wrapped shark.
No!
Yeah,
It's almost as good as bacon wrapped shark.
Get anywhere near my child.
do I find anything?
Yes, there are three 15-inch claws you can remove from its carcass. There is its 10-inch beak, and in its stomach, to go with the well mangled crewman, you find 4 gold pieces and a carven finger bone.
To wear the beak like a hat. It's probably
You're the
too
sea
big.
pope now.
The sea pope.
Well, it's a 10-inch long hat. That's a pretty long hat.
Yeah.
I wonder if it provides any kind of protection. It's a beak, so it's hard.
Just add a strap through the middle of it. That's a helmet right there.
Got yourself a helmet, man.
I hereby present to you the Sea Pope. That's his official title now.
Alright. I have one thing to say before I sign off, you guys. Fire!
Delicious, delicious baby sharks.
No.
You guys have a good night.
You too, man.
Now, before all my magic users disappear, does anything to check or detect for magic?
Um, I don't have anything that could do that at the moment.
Yeah. Could I do that without the spell detect magic?
Since you're sensitive to elemental magic, you would detect a slight magical aura if you sit and concentrate.
Sure, I'll try to concentrate.
Yep.
And I'll use a use of sense elements.
Yeah, I don't believe I'd be able to do something like that until a few levels later, when I get a specific ability.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll detect magic.
Alright. That finger bone isn't just a curved finger bone. It's something else, but you're not sure what it does.
Is it actual elemental magic?
You'd have to spend a little more time on it, but you know it's not just a normal curved bone. So it's not just somebody's dice that they decided they were bored and wanted to carve into a game.
Well, we're going to have quite a bit on the boat since we're going to be riding and eating.
I'll put it in my pocket.
Okay. Presumably after washing it off. Since it was in its stomach.
There's still some, like, acid on the thing, and he puts it in his pocket and it just melts through.
That's not how acid works in real life. The fingers would start to burn. The fur. Not how acid works in real life.
What if it's a magical finger?
Chet's fingers are not magical. Not yet. They will be if we survive, but not yet.
No, right now it's just disgustingly slimy. It kind of stinks because it was in the squid's stomach, so, you know. Ew, wash it off in the water. Safe enough reaction, right? Ew.
Ew.
Well, it also had a bunch of gore from the top half of the crewmen it ate. All over it.
Sad times.
Yeah,
We're down one crew member, but at least the rest of them will be fed.
very well.
We have so much seafood right now.
Well, you are on the ocean.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
Well, I don't think the crew was half expecting to be attacked by giant squids twice.
No, they were not. I have updated your loot list. Alright.
Neat.
Penalty for slightly improper materials for craft checks.
You're going to try and make something?
Well, I was thinking about attempting to use stone carving to carve the beak into a more appropriate helmet.
A sea pump.
We'll do that next time.
I would say if you want to do that, you could spend a number of hours working on it and take it with no minus that way. But you've got to pretty much sit there and fiddle around with it, not doing anything else for quite some time.
The beak is probably pretty hard, too.
It is.
It's probably almost equivalent to stone at that point. The ocean is scary, man.
Yeah, but I would say the problem isn't how hard it is. I would say the problem is that it would be a lot less brittle than actual stone.
Yeah, that's why you'd have to take more time on it.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said if you take, like, all night to work on it, you can do it without a minus, but like I said, you're taking your sweet time.
Good night, or morning, or day, or whatever
Thank you all for
Well-
playing, and we will look forward to the next session of Thereian.
Yes, I shall.